And we welcome you to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley, Dave Barksdale Court with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry, getting you ready for the men's basketball game here on Video Productions here at the Window World pregame show. It's Shawnee State from Portsmouth, Ohio, 16-4, Bill. They're the number one team in the conference. They're undefeated at 8-0 as they'll take on the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears. They're 6-12, 3-5 in league play, and they are tied for fourth in the conference as Tech is out warming up. Shawnee State, Bill, was out a minute ago, and this literally is going to be a tall task because Shawnee's got a lot of big players, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", across the board, look like interchangeable players.
Well, Maris, good evening to you. And, you know, in taking a look at the men's team for WVU Tech, I did the play-by-play on one of the early games before, December when they had to go on the road. And this team is sort of different. They got a couple of new starters since then. Yeah, they have, and Tech has got three players in double figures. We'll get into them. And you take a look at Shawnee State, as I mentioned, undefeated 8-0. They've got two players in double figures and two other players on the cusp of double figures, but their leading scorer comes off the bench. That's unusual, but I want you to go through this number two player because you've been practicing. Adam Adu, that's his name, and he's not just a difficult name, but he's difficult for if you have the ball because they say he's the best defender in the country at this level. Wow, that's saying something. That is saying something. We're going to say something right now with a commercial break. We'll be right back. We're not quite 5 minutes away from getting the ball game started. Shawnee State 16-4, and the Golden Bears of WU Tech 6-12. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. For West Virginia.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World of Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World of Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD
For your free in-home estimate.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Back in Beckley, getting you ready for Shawnee State 16-4, and the Golden Bears of WU Tech 6 and 12. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. They provide superior professional work, whether it's heating, whether it's plumbing. The only number you need to know is 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Bill, I know you enjoyed an ice-cold Pepsi right after your broadcast as you did the women's game that just concluded with Shawnee State beat Tech 82-69.
You know, that turned out to be a great game. Tech was down by a dozen early in the second half and wound up with a lead of 3 points with 8 minutes to go, and then got cold and lost the game, but it was much closer than the final score indicates.
This is the second matchup between Tech and Shawnee State. They played back on the 10th of December in Portsmouth, Ohio, the location of Shawnee State. Shawnee won that game 70-63, and head coach of Tech, Corey Aker, told me that the way that Shawnee plays, they like to slow the game down, they like to use their size, and he says they beat you up for 40 minutes, his exact words.
Wow.
And I don't think he meant foul-wise that they just pound.
Physical.
They just keep coming at you. They're physical, and they want to slow it down and play a half-court game.
And that's the way the ladies' team was, too. Very physical, and, you know, I guess that's just the way that Shawnee wants to operate.
Well, as we mentioned, Shawnee 16-4 and 8-0, and we talked about they defeated Tech in that game back on December the 10th. In that game, one of their starters, and Bill, I'll let you give him here in a minute, but Mayo led the way for Shawnee State. He had 14, and Payne had 13 in that game. For Tech, the young man Jackson Tackett, he led Tech with 16 in that loss back on December 10th. But Fred Lamas in his first year as the head coach at Shawnee State, and Bill, you have their starting lineup.
Here we go for Shawnee State. And thanks for letting me have this.
I'll help you out as we go.
Well, let's go with number 2. We know that Aw is his last name, A-W.
Adamu Aw.
Okay. Number 5 is
Jerron
Mayo.
Jerron Mayo.
Number 7 is Keontae Williams. 15 is Jason Steele. 21 is Ray DeBoer.
That is correct. And DeBoer is a 12-point-a-game scorer. I beg your pardon. Steele is a 12-point-a-game scorer. Williams at 10 a game, and Mayo and Aw are at 9 a game. Now for the Golden Bears of WU Tech under Corey Aker, their leading scorer that will be starting will be Brandon Moore. He's at 17 a game. Ian Goins at 14 a game. Jackson Tackett at 11 a game. And then you'll have Trayton Woods into the lineup and Jakarian Woods into the Tech lineup as well. Of course, Tech will wear their home white uniforms as they turn off the lights. And good thing, Bill, we were able to get the lineups in before they turned off the lights. I can't see my score sheet.
I couldn't see it when the lights were on as far as those first names for Shawnee State. Oh, my gosh.
Well, maybe when they turn the lights on from above, it'll warm this place up. I think it's just as cold in here as it is outside.
Hopefully it'll get better because we've got a pretty nice crowd in here. This is a free admission day just to get people out of the house. And a lot of people have taken up Tech on that.
Well, Tech will be back in action on Saturday afternoon, and I'm told those games will be played even though we're expected frigid temperatures here in the Beckley area on Saturday. Bill, they're calling for 14 degrees to be the high and 4 to be the low, and a men doubleheader is scheduled for 1 and 3 against Oakland. But now I'm told that they're going to play the only change. Perhaps the games might be able to be moved up an hour and go 12-2, but that we haven't got that yet. So right now the games will be scheduled as they normally are at 1 and 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.
Not only the extreme cold, but also we're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches, maybe 3 to 5, depending on. Wow, that hurts.
Yeah, they brought
the lights are
back on.
Yeah, and they came right on. Anyway, the weather has been certainly difficult, to say the least, and we still have about another 5 days of problems. Well, we'd like to remind you that the tip-off is brought to you by our friends at Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring. Remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent, is at 681-238-6130. And now for the play-by-play of the men's game, here once again is Maris Lowry.
Thank you very much, Bill. We're ready to go. In the center circle will be Keontae Williams for Shawnee State wearing the navy blue uniforms. And in the center circle is Jakarian Woods, and the tip is controlled by Shawnee State. They'll work to the basket to our left. Tech's going to come out and play man-to-man, but there will be times, as Corey Aker told me, Bill, that Tech will play zone because of the style of Shawnee State likes to play. And he says they don't really shoot the ball that well from the perimeter as well. Another reason you want to play zone. 8 on the shot clock. Tech playing good defense, and they force a turnover as Shawnee State not able to even get a shot up on their first possession.
You know, that's going to be key for any team to do well, and that's good defense. And so the Golden Bears have already they've sent a message.
So here's Woods with it. He'll bring the ball up. Like I said, there's 2 Woods on the floor for Tech. And with the ball right now is Jacarian Woods, and now with the ball is Moore. Moore, the team's leading scorer at 17 a game. Tackett with the ball. Now he scored 16 in the loss back on the 10th of December. As the ball is knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Techville with 10 to shoot.
It'll be interesting to see, 10, we have the shot clock here. And by the way, the men's game has 2 20-minute halves.
Yeah, you know, I've said multiple times I wish the men's game would go like the women's game and go with the 4 10-minute quarters. Tech's got to go quick. Now's their 8 to shoot. Somebody's going to have to put a shot up. They find Tackett down low. He's going to have to put it up, and he does, and he scores.
Nice play to Jackson Tackett, and the prevailing trade winds got that ball to go through.
Of course, Tackett played at Alice Lloyd last year. He also played high school for Logan and Man. So I guess you could say he's a local product.
Logan County is local, that's right.
Here's a 15-footer from the right elbow is good. That's a nice shot that time by Williams. He's a 10-point game scorer for Shawnee State. Good-looking shot for the big fella. And I say big fella, but they got so many players out there all look like about the same size for Shawnee State.
They're all tall.
Good ball movement for Tech around the horn. Now under 10 to shoot. Woods on the drive. Tough fall-away shot, and it's an air ball. And that's one thing, Bill. These last 2 possessions, Tech has really let the clock run down on them in the possession. There's a drive into the lane off the glass and good. That's a smooth play by Adabua. They said he's known for his defense, and any points he gets is a plus as he averages 9. They say he's the best defender at this level in the whole country.
That was awesome.
Yes, it was for him. Trying to get the ball down low to Tackett. Tackett scored 16, as I mentioned, in the first game back on December 10th, and he's shot his block from behind, and here comes Shawnee State with it. Down in the paint.
Boy, look at that.
Yeah.
It is very physical.
It looked like lions after prey in that paint as they throw it out for a 3 and it won't go, and Tackett clears the rebound. Tech throws it away. Here's DeBoard with it. DeBoard on the move. He loses the ball, but he'll draw the foul. And that's the first foul of the game.
Here's the replay, and taking a look as Shawnee State rushes it up the floor. And there you see the whistle to stop the action.
Fouls on Woods. Trayan Woods for Tech. His first, team's first. There's a 3 put up. Back iron, no good. That 3 was put up by Mayo, and it won't go. And back the other way for Tech is Goings with it. Moore has it now. Now to Tackett. Ball screen back to Moore. Moore on a drive. A little scoop shot up the glass and in. What a nice shot that was by Brandon Moore.
Pretty for sure. Using the backboard perfectly.
How you like that little glide like they used to do in the old days, some Bill? Back in your day, right?
Hey, we used peach baskets.
Yeah. The backboard didn't have
wood.
You didn't have that soft touch like they do now, right? With 12 to shoot. Here's Williams with it. Tough shot. He puts it up and scores anyway. Tech looked like they really had him defended well, and Williams able to elevate and knock it down. Tackett around the screen, goes to the baseline. And Goings will dial it up for 3. It won't go, and there's a foul on the rebound, and that'll go against Tackett, and that'll be his first, and that'll be Tech's second team foul.
Well, Tackett, they're going to double team him a lot. Here's the replay on it. Yeah, you could see the foul there, but Tackett is not going to take any guff, let's put it that way. He's rough and rowdy.
So here's Shawnee State with possession as Ray DeBoard will bring it up. He'll get a high ball screen. Goes around a second screen. Leans in, puts up a little 13-footer, doesn't go. The tip won't go. Battle for the loose ball. And Goings will come out of there with it for Tech. They find Tackett. Thought about the 3. Head and shoulder fake. And the ball is deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Tech with 21 to shoot.
Yeah, Tech's going to substitute right away.
Yeah, you got South Charleston product Roman Kellum into the ball game, and Shady Spring product Cole Chapman will check in to the Tech lineup. And, you know, Bill, you and I have had an opportunity to watch, you know, Chapman and the young man right now, Kellum, into the game, you know, through their high school careers.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, Chapman was the starting point guard for a while.
Yeah, his role has been reduced. And I maybe reduced is not the right word. He comes off the bench as the ball's hitting in the backcourt, and we've got a foul, and the foul's going to go against Tech. The foul will go against Roman Kellum, his first, team's third. But, yeah, I wouldn't say maybe reduced role because I think his minutes are still there, and he's played well coming off the bench. And Coach Aker felt that he needed right there when they got off to a really tough start to kind of shake things up, and looks like it's worked a little bit because they've won more games. They're 3-4 here in this month of January, which seems like it's lasted forever, right?
Yes, for sure. And we still got time left.
Yeah, we still got the weekend to deal with, right?
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness.
We want to shoot that groundhog.
Yeah, new player into the ball game. The team's leading scorer is L. Seeger, and he leads them at 14 a game, but he just turned it over right there. And that's nice, you know, for any coach to have your leading scorer be able to come off the bench, right?
Never hurts.
So Shawnee's going to show full court pressure. The ball comes into Chapman. And we're 5 minutes in here to this first half. Back and forth we go, but right now I would say based on what Coach Aker told me, here's a steal at midcourt. This is Shawnee State's kind of game. They have the 2-on-1, and they get the layup, and that is Seeger able to get the easy layup. Tech having a little bit of problems with handling the ball.
Yeah, defense is tough, no doubt.
Shawnee State's got them into the half-court game, which they like to do. Tech likes to be a little bit more out and running. They're under 10 on the shot clock. Kellum backing his man down. The double team comes. 5, they're going to have to put up a shot, and they won't get a shot off. Is it going to turn it over, or will they? The shot clock's going to run out on them anyway. So Shawnee State has done a good job on the defensive end of the floor. There's several times the shot clock has run really deep as we have a media timeout. 14-17 remaining in the first half. 8-4 Shawnee State leads. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
we got you.
Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Back at the Armory, and it's an 8-4 game so far with the visitors from Ohio on the happy side of the scoreboard. I'd like to remind you that Pasquale's Italian Restaurant has your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood, plus Pasquale's offering and private parties. Book your event at 304-255-5253. That's Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. And at Affinity Coal Division in Sophia, West Virginia, we take pride in producing premium metallurgical coal that fuels progress around the world. Affinity Coal, from coal seam to steel beam.
Look at that big word you use. That's like a $50 word, isn't it?
Like beam?
No, that big word of kind of coal that they make?
Yeah, that.
Met. All right, out of the timeout. Here's Seeger on the drive, and he scores. He's got back-to-back hoops. And it's a 6-0 run, and that's the lead now for Shawnee at 6. So here's Tech with it. Woods around the screen, a little mid-range inside the three-point line. He knocks it down, and a much-needed basket for Tech. L. Seeger with the ball. Like I said, he came off the bench. He's got 4 in the game. He leads the team at 14 a game. Also got another new player into the ball game, and wouldn't you know it, he's not on our roster.
Uh-oh.
He's so big, he's not on there. And they have a 32, and this is what was given to us by Tech, and we'll have to find out who that young man is. Also into the game is Teron Payne, and he will inbound the ball right there in front of the Tech bench across the way.
It happened to me in the first game, too. I had one number that was not given to us.
How about we call him the big fella with the headband?
Yeah, there you go.
Because that's him. And now a foul on Chapman. So Tech, Bill, has committed 4 team fouls. And we're almost 7 minutes into the game, and Shawnee State is yet to commit a foul.
Plus 3 turnovers in the early going for Tech.
Yeah, of course, you shoot on the 1-on-1 when you get to 17 fouls. And like I said, we're not quite to the 13-minute mark, not quite 7 minutes into the game yet. Here's Steele with it. Steele trying to go off the dribble, attacks the basket, and there's a foul. And for a minute, I didn't think they were going to call it. And just because it's late doesn't mean it's a foul, but he clearly got fouled.
Yeah, Ian Goings made sure. Here's the replay on it.
Yeah, that's clearly a foul.
Yeah.
And they're calling that a 2-shot opportunity. It didn't even look like he tried to shoot, but he will get to the line and get a pair. So I thought clearly it was a foul, but I thought, and that's why we broadcast and they referee, right?
That's
and I
it.
don't say we, that's me saying that. So. But one thing, too, that, and I'm sure in all the games you've done, is the first free throw is good. The young man, Jason, still averaging 12 a game. Eric and I talk about this all the time, how many left-handed players we've seen over recent years. And once again, still at the line, another left-handed player, another southpaw, as he makes 1 of 2. And Chapman clears the rebound for Tech. The defense has been really good by Shawnee State. Here's Chapman. A little mid-range shot, and it's swatted by the big fella. And then he turns it over as Moore able to pick it up. Moore lob in. Kellum able to throw it down. Roman Kellum on a nice pass from Brandon Moore able to get that basket. Down in the low post, there's Steele. He gets double teamed, puts up the shot, and it's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Shawnee with 14 to shoot.
Boy, Goings.
We watched this last play.
Yeah. Had a great defensive play. This is the one previously.
Yeah, the dunk there. That's a nice lob play, and Kellum able to catch it and put it down softly as Liam Craven into the ball game for the first time for Tech. Here's a 3 put up, and that's not even close. That put up by Keontae Williams for Shawnee. And back the other way is Chapman with it for Tech. Chapman on the drive. Deep 3 for Craven, and that's not even close. And, as good as he's been in his career, he's really struggled from downtown shooting to 3. I mean, that's like shooting in the basket move, and that shot wasn't even nowhere near.
Well, that was past NBA length.
Yeah, that was deep.
Yeah.
That was on the logo right there.
Yeah.
That was like, 3 or 4 feet behind the actual three-point line.
Exactly.
So the ball will stay with Tech with 17 to shoot. I'm not sure what the delay is. I guess they have to go find the basketball. That's the delay.
Mark Montgomery keeps that stat. We had 2 behind the curtain in the first game.
Well, while they search for the basketball, how about we'll tell you that the ball game here this evening is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you can contact the fine folks at Exit Elevation Realty. Luca Richmond is the broker. Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, tonight's game brought in part by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, your financial advisors, and they can help talk you through your financial goals and find the best option that works for you, and that's Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, Brooke Dempsey, or Ben Worley. Right now, the officials have come over to take a look to see, and I'm not sure what we're going to be looking at here, I'm not sure if we're looking at if the ball went out of bounds or how much time. Out of bounds, looking at the out of bounds play. So we watch the play. There's the 3 ball put up by Graham, leaving Graham. That was an air ball, and the ball looked like it was knocked out of bounds by Shawnee, but we'll let the officials obviously decide that. Yes, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, puts it in super slow-mo. Cameron Ball on camera. The guy's doing a fabulous job as we watch the play again here in slow-mo. The officials are checking it out, just as you are watching it at home. And there's the 3 ball put up, and the 3 ball misses badly. Moore had it. Looked like the ball was stripped out of his hands and out of bounds off of Shawnee. let's see what they decide. But Nick Eskin's the heavy hitter, and
well, the ref said, was it off his foot?
They're going to say it went off the foot of Brandon Moore. So what do I know, right? That's why I'm broadcasting. I don't referee.
Well, all 3 refs came over here, and sometimes it's only 2.
Well, Bill, I like how you were neutral in all of that. And this is not me, because, we call the games and we do tech games, but we're not looking through blue and gold eyes. It just looked like the ball had went off of Shawnee. But nevertheless, here is Shawnee with possession.
We love everybody.
That's right. That's what we do at video production. Now Bill Tech jumped into a zone, which I knew we would see some of that. And here's a 3 over the zone, and it's not close, and it's saved and right into the hands of Liam Craven. Craven with a nice pass and a little too much mustard, a little too nice, as he had Kellum running the floor, and they throw it away.
5th turnover already, and we're not even midway through the first half.
And the board will check into the game. And, here we are, Bill. We've played, not quite 10 minutes yet, 8 minutes and some change, and Tech has committed 5 team fouls. Shawnee yet to commit a foul. So it's one thing to play good defense. It's another thing to play good defense and not foul.
Yeah.
But Tech hanging in there. But the score, the pace of the game, from what I was after talking to the coaching staff of both teams, this is the way that Shawnee State likes to play. Big fella posting up down low, and he gets it. Head and shoulder fake. Strength on strength. He goes up. He doesn't get it, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll get to the line as Kellum will commit the foul. We got to find out who that is, and maybe in the next break we can do that. Yeah, I don't know if he's on your sheet.
Let's find out. Nope, don't see it.
And how about on this other sheet right here? Because he's definitely not on the roster that was given to us. But the next time we get one, he'll be on there as the first free throw. He rattles it in. So Tackett will check back into the Tech lineup as Kellum has picked up his 2nd foul. And like I said, that's 16 fouls on Tech. As the second free throw is no good. It's out of bounds over here to us. It'll go off of Chapman, and it'll stay with Shawnee. So with 11:07 left in this first half, now, Bill, every Tech foul will get Shawnee to the free throw line.
Steele will inbound right in front of us.
And there's 20 to shoot. I'm not sure what the stoppage is now. Apparently whatever it is was, they got it corrected as the board has it. They get the ball in the post to Awe. He backs the defender down. Awe, and what do we got? We got a travel.
Yeah, I think Tackett really did a job on him defensively. That's the 4th turnover against Shawnee State.
So here's Brandon Moore with it. Over to Tackett. Chapman around the screen. Goins with it, 15 to shoot. And now there's the first foul on a hedge out there. The big fella coming out as Moore trying to turn the corner that time, and there's a common foul to be side out. But that's the first foul of the ball game on Shawnee State.
That 32 is. We will get his number here in a minute.
Well, we got his number, just got to get his name.
Yeah.
And we'll do that here.
He is a big guy.
Yes, that's why I claim the big fella, right?
It's worth it.
Yeah, 17 to shoot. Moore turns the corner, little floater on the baseline, won't go. And Steele had the rebound. It's swiped away by Moore. He leans in, off the glass, and good.
A good follow-up.
So Tech now just down 2. And like I said, it's been a slow pace. The first game, as I mentioned, December 10th, was 70-63. Tech coach Corey Akert said it was a grind to get 63 on him as DeBoard makes his way to the basket, thought he was fouled, and the only whistle he'll get to say the ball's knocked out of bounds and you get to keep it. So we're 2 seconds away of being halfway through this first half. Another new player into the ball game, Jaden Geis inbounds it. They get the ball down low to Steele. They double team him. Puts up a shot, and it's a bank. I was screened out. Was that all that put that up?
That was all. Nice bank.
Tackett. Boy, that'd be a big plus for Tech if they can get Liam Craven going. He just got to see the ball go through the basket once or twice. We're down to 10 to shoot. Tackett in the low post. Got great position. The ball's knocked out of his hands. And the ball comes right over to Goings, and he's able to dial up a three from the corner. That's being in the right spot at the right time, isn't it?
Got a name for the number 32, Tony Webb.
All right.
I like the big guy, though.
Yeah, they got 12 up there. They had 10. It should be 13. As there's a little silky smooth shot by Awe. So it was 14 to 10, and we thought that was a three-pointer. Apparently it was a two because they've only put 2 points up on the board. Here's Tackett. Goins from the foul line, rattles it in.
And if he gets going, watch out.
If Goins gets going?
Yeah.
That's right. So would you say Webb was the big fella's name, right?
Yes.
And he's got it now as we come up on 8.5 remaining in the first half. And here's a steal. Here's Tech on the move with the chance to tie or regain the lead. And they shoot for the lead in Woods. It won't go. Battle for the rebound, and All clears it over to DeBoard. DeBoard races down the floor. And we got a foul on Tech, and that's free throw time as Tech over the limit. And there was a mismatch inside as Sneed, you say, is the big guy? Webb, I beg your pardon.
That's close.
And, well, not close enough. He'll draw the foul, and when we come back, Shawnee State will be shooting free throws because I think we're going to take a timeout. And we are at the 8:18 mark of the first half, and a 2-point lead for Tech, 16 to 14. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. They've been around since 1974. So it will be Steele, the one who got fouled, and it's a 2-point Shawnee State lead at 16 to 14. And Bill, during that timeout, it was confirmed that Going's shot was a 2 and not a 3, as the front end of the 1-and-1 is good by Steele, so he'll now shoot the bonus opportunity, a 3-point Shawnee State lead, and checking back into the Tech lineup will be Jakarian Woods, as Goings will have a seat. Steele is ready as he shoots the back end of the 1-and-1, the bonus opportunity. It looks good and is good, and he got them both, and the lead back to 4 for Shawnee State. And Jerron Mayo will check back into the Shawnee State lineup. Shawnee State will extend the pressure. And here's Brandon Moore. They get the ball to Tackett. They double team him in the corner. Coming up on the 8-minute mark is Liam Craven shoots a 3, and he left it short. And that'll be Mayo, clears the rebound. Mayo. Nice drive. DeBoard with it on the baseline. Throws the ball back out to Williams just inside the 3-point line, and Williams knocks it down. Good looking shot.
He's a good looking player.
You get the ball to Tackett in the lane. Now Woods in the corner. Woods on the drive. Tackett open for 3 and dials it up in and out. Heartbreak. That was halfway down.
Yeah.
And just wouldn't stay down. And here's DeBoard back the other way. Williams has it. Got a size advantage in the post. Here's a 3-ball in front of us, and not even close. Drew nothing but glass, that 3-ball by Geis. Woods will spot up. 3 in the near corner. It's short, but an offensive rebound by Moore, and he lays it back up and in.
Moore started off with 6 points.
Getting more out of Moore, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
The board setting up the offense. All has it now. And here's Geis with it. Williams says, I'll dial it up for 3. Short. And Craven clears the rebound for Tech. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Tech with 22 to shoot.
While we were in commercial, the president of WVU Tech, Dr. T. Ramon Stewart, came by and said hello, and we thank Tech for making free admissions for this afternoon's games here at the Armory.
Benton Wolford II will check in for Tech. And back into the lineup will be Teron Payne for Shawnee State. 22 to shoot for Tech as they get the ball into Tackett. $14 to shoot. Tackett way out high off the dribble. Finds Woods. Woods trying to go through traffic. Did a pretty good job. Got to the rim and laid it up and in. Nice play by Woods.
Well, it looked like he was going to give up the pass and never did.
Pass into the lane and still can't get the finish, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line. And, you look at this Shawnee State team build, and like you said, you got all coming in at 9 a game, Mayo at 9 a game, Williams at 10 a game, Steele at 12 a game. Like I said, you got a lot of interchangeable parts, and they all are scoring right about the same in there, And that makes a team like that very difficult to defend because they got so many guys that can do so many things, as that's the 8th team foul on Tech, as Steele makes the first free throw.
Foul on Woods is first for Tech.
Yeah, Shawnee State's only committed 1 foul in this first half. As Steele ready for the second free throw. On its way, looks good and is good. And now looks like going to be a full court trap. And they force the pass into the corner. Woods has it. There's 2 Woods on the floor for Tech. And Brandon Moore directing traffic. Tackett come to set a ball screen. Moore around the screen. The ball's deflected, and Shawnee State turns Tech's over. They turn them over. As there's a wide open in the near corner. 3 on its way. Good. That's rattled in by Mayo, and Tech wants a timeout. Biggest lead of the game right here at 7. 5:22 remaining in the first half. 25-18 is the lead for Shawnee State. If we got a 30 or a full timeout, looks like we have a full. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give. It's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Mid-State Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Mid-State Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Hey, you got to make your plans for Valentine's Day, and Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling is being brought to you again this year by Leisure Lanes on Johnstown Road in Beckley. It'll be Saturday, February 14th. Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling. Give them a call at Leisure Lanes and make your reservations. It's going to be a fun time. Also, if you're looking for home cooking, Cracker Barrel is the place to go. They have delicious home-style food you can enjoy inside by the fireplace or curbside pickup. Go to crackerbarrel.com for all the details. Once again, Maris Lowry.
And Bill, you're taking a look at the shooting up to now for Shawnee State, 9 of 15 from the floor, Tech 9 of 19, but neither team able to find the range. It's between them, 1 of 11 from downtown. 0 of 6 is Tech from behind the arc, 1 of 5 is Shawnee State. And you think that's really Tech's game, as there's a foul, as that's a reach-in foul on Mayo, and that'll be the team's second. It'll be a common foul, and Tech will inbound side out. But Tech has really, when they've had a lot of success, they've been able to knock down threes and open up their entire offense. And so far through the first almost 15 minutes, 7 seconds from being 15 minutes into the first half, they have not made a three-point shot.
Goings back in for Tech. If he gets started, watch out.
And here's Tackett with it. Here comes the double team, and there's clearly a foul as Tackett about got arm tore off as Williams commits that foul.
Ouch.
Yeah, I felt that way over here with you as well.
Yeah.
As Cole Chapman's ready to check in. But you can be a little aggressive when you've only committed, that was only the third team foul. And there's 5 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. Of course, coming up at halftime in our Direct Choice halftime show, we'll give you all the numbers of the first half. But this game so far is the way Shawnee State likes to play, kind of a low-scoring, defensive half-court game, and that's what it's been. 9 to shoot. Chapman around the screen to the baseline. Up and under. 4 to shoot. They're going to have to put it up, and they won't get the shot up. Here's a steal. The steal by Payne. He'll go in, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Shawnee State, and Payne might be shaken up a bit as he's lying on his back. There was a lot of contact.
I was going to say, Goins almost leveled him.
But they didn't they didn't call a foul. As you watch this, Bill, and say clean block.
Works for me.
Yep. So basically they got the whole clock, though, to shoot. It was 29 seconds left on the shot clock when they inbound. Williams, a turnaround jumper from 15. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. And Goins comes out of it with it, and now a foul is committed by Teron Payne of Shawnee State. So now the fouls are starting to mount up on Shawnee. That's 4 for them.
Well, if the referees start to call these fouls, and maybe make it a little less physical.
Well, that's one thing. Players have to adjust to how the game's being called. And then one thing I do like when we call these games, obviously it's not even near like high school. You've really got to play through the contact. And there's a 3-ball right down the chute for Benton Wolford II, the first 3-ball of the evening for Tech. Tech just hanging around as we come up on the 4-minute mark of the first half. Tech led at 2-0, and then the lead has been Shawnee since that 2-0 Tech lead. Here's a wide open 3. It won't go, and the rebound will come to Wolford II. That 3 was put up by Mayo. Here's Chapman. And a mid-range shot by Goins, a little strong. And coming out of there with it will be Mayo for Shawnee State. Mayo down the lane, tacks the basket, puts it up. It won't go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
When he saw the defense that time, Mayo said, hey, I'm going to go full bore to the basket. And he drew the foul. Here's the replay on it.
Jerron Mayo will step up to the line. He'll shoot 2. With 3.5 remaining in the first half. And the first free throw is no good.
Second foul on Goins, by the way. Awe comes back in for Shawnee State.
Shawnee State with that last miss, 6 of 9 at the line, and he makes 1 of 2. Biggest lead's been 7. The lead's 5 here with 3.5 remaining in the first half. And here's Moore in the front court. Chapman trying to come around the screen. Here's a wide open 3, and that's way off as that 3 was put up by Wolford II. Mayo with it. Behind the back dribble. Nothing there. He brings it back out. Now tries to attack again. Gets to the rim, puts it up, scores, and he draws the foul. That's a sensational play that time by Jerron Mayo. As, he went in, Bill. He said nothing there. He backed it back out. Watch the replay. And then a good hard take through traffic, through the contact. Gets the little shovel shot there right of the lane, and we'll try to polish off a 3-point play.
Yeah, he was just not going to take no for an answer there. He was going to score no matter what.
As the free throw is good, and this is the biggest lead of the game here at 29-21. This 8-point advantage coming up on 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Shawnee State undefeated in league play there, 8-0, 16-4 overall. Tech is 3-5 in league play, and they are 6-12 overall. 12 to shoot. They dump it to Tackett. Little baseline floater's too strong. And Steele comes out of there with the rebound, and he'll bring it up. Steele goes coast to coast, and as he shot, swatted, but he'll draw the foul, and Goings is like, I can't believe they called a foul. And now, Bill, for the remainder of the half, all fouls will be 2 shots for Shawnee State.
And that's a big foul because Goings now has 3.
Yes. So Steele will get to the free throw line. And the first free throw is good.
Well, he's really been good. 6 out of 7 foul shooting today.
So as you mentioned, Goings with 3 fouls. He comes out of the ball game. And Jerron Woods will check in for him. As Steele gets ready to shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. And he cannot knock it down, but this still is the biggest lead of the game right here at 9. Here's Chapman in the front court. And Woods, he can't handle the pass. And a foul, and he got bailed out. That's the 5th team foul. Was Woods looked like, I think he'd been to Cracker Barrel, and he must have ordered the biscuits and had butter on it because he couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, he was struggling there, and awe helped him out.
But right, looked like he was trying to pick it up, and the ball kept moving on him, right?
He had a little bit. He did have some butter on there, yeah.
Yeah, those good biscuits they have at Cracker Barrel. That must be where they had their pregame meal.
I love those biscuits.
Yeah. All right, here's Tackett with it, 17 to shoot, and now that's the 6th team foul. So the fouls are starting to even out. The next foul on Shawnee State will put Tech to the line, and Tech, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, they have not been to the free throw line yet in this first half, have they?
You are correct.
Yes.
They have not been.
So new player in the ball game, Trevino Glover will check in for Shawnee State. And that's one thing as you look at Coach Lamas, he has really used almost his entire bench. A lot of players have played in this first half. Here's Tackett with it. Had a nice conversation with him before the game. Tackett's got it now with 10 to shoot. They find Moore down low. Head shoulder fake up and in. Nice play by Moore.
8 points for Brandon Moore.
Around the horn they go for Shawnee State. Get the ball into the lane. And good defense by Tech with 15 to shoot. Shaking and baking is Mayo, and he loses the ball. And we got a foul, and that'll be free throw time as Tech will get to the line for the first time in this half with 1:42 left in it, and Tech down 7 and trying to get a little closer.
They're going to need to make these foul shots to get back in this game. They're only down by 7, but they need points right now. And Woods will be there.
Yeah, Shawnee State's already played 10 players in the first half, and in most cases that's, you don't normally get that. As Woods shoots the free throw, and he makes the front end, so he'll get the back end of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, most teams like a rotation of 8.
Right, 8 for the
starting
whole,
5,
yeah, right,
and an extra guard, and an extra forward, and an extra center.
Woods, he rattles them in. He got them both and gets Tech within 5. So let's see which team can close out the half strong here in the next minute and a half remaining in this opening half. Tech now back in a little zone. Here's a 3-ball up over the zone. It is in. That's a nice shot as Glover off the bench scores for the first time. Chapman with it. Chapman on the drive into the lane. They cut him off. They double team him, and he throws it away. Nope, I beg your pardon. The ball was deflected. It'll stay with Tech with 15 to shoot. That's another reason why I don't referee, Bill, because I couldn't tell that the ball was deflected. I should wait. I should know better, right? I should wait and see what the call is. As we come up on the final minute of the first half. Nice take to the basket. A little kiss off the glass by Brandon Moore.
And he's got 10 points.
Yeah, he's averaging 17. You can see why he's the team's leading scorer. Here's a 3-ball by Glover. It's his second in a row from downtown.
Well, Shawnee State will take this all the time. 3 versus 2.
They hedge out double-team Chapman, but it looked like they were playing with 6 guys on defense, and because they're just everywhere.
Yes.
And that's why they are a tough defense team. Look at this pass behind the back. Sicer puts the shot up, and he'll draw the foul. As Sicer will get to the line to shoot 2. El Sicer, he comes off the bench, Bill. He averages 14 a game, and he'll get to the free throw line.
Well, and we might say, you've been saying El Sicer, which is his full name. He's not Spanish. His first name is E-L, and then the last name is S-I-E-G-E-R.
And the free throw is no good. And he'll have another free throw as Goins gets ready to check back into the game for Tech. Also, Trayton Woods will check into the game for Tech. Final 26 seconds, so I'm sure Tech's doing that for offensive purposes for the final shot of this first half. Tech led one time, Bill, 2-0. That was it. Sicer's second free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2. And this equals the largest lead of the game at 10. Correct? Should that be 10 or no? Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
I thought that was correct. Just took him a while to put it up on the scoreboard. Final 15 seconds left here in the first half. As Moore yo-yoing the ball up and down. Waiting on a ball screen from Tackett. They got to go quick, and they turn it over. Sicer maybe got away with the push-off as he kisses it off the glass for the biggest lead of the game, as Shawnee State will take that 12-point lead into the locker room at the break. It is 39-27 Shawnee State at the break. Well, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and get you ready for the Direct Choice halftime show, and it's on the other end of the break here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store, fuel your thinking. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
And we welcome you to the Direct Choice halftime show. And at the break, the biggest lead of the game here for Shawnee State. They lead by 12, 39-27. Tech's only lead came, Bill, they got the first 2 points of the game, and it was Shawnee State who led the rest of the way. They were tied at 4. Then a 6-0 run got the lead to 10-4 for Shawnee State, and it was 12-10. It was tight there, 16-12, 16-14. And then right there when it was like 21-18, a little run right there to get the lead to 28-21 in favor of Shawnee State. Tech closed it to 5, and then a little 7-0 spurt, or actually a 9-2 run to close out the half has given a 12-point lead to Shawnee State. They lead 39-27. Shawnee State came in 16-4 overall, 8-0 in league play. Tech is 6-12 overall. They are 3-5 in league play. We're going to take a break. When we come back here at the Direct Choice Halftime Show, Bill will go inside the numbers and tell you individual point totals and team totals, and we'll do that on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store, fuel your adventure for West Virginia.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
We got you.
get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Are you ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley. Maris Lowry with Bill O'Brien, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing, Cameron Ball on camera. And at the break, it's a 12-point lead for Shawnee State, 39-27. This is the biggest lead of the first half. We're going to go inside the numbers of the first half. Inside the numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicle Lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. It has West Virginia's best selection and best prices on pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local sports and local student athletes. Also, inside the numbers are brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance, located at Market Road in Beckley. And you're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as the agent. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. And now you're about to be in good hands with Bill O'Brien, as Bill, you have individual and team totals of the first half.
And thank you, sir. And these are official for WVU Tech. Brandon Moore with 10 points leads all scoring. He had 5 out of 6 from the floor for his 10 points. Rest of the scoring, Trayton Woods has 4, Jaqureen Woods has 2, Ian Goings has been held to 4 points, Jackson Tackett has been held to 2, and he's really been double-teamed the whole half. Brenton Wolford came off the bench and scored 3, and Roman Kellum had 2 points. For Shawnee State, and Maris made comment about this during the play-by-play in the first half, about how balanced their scoring is. They've got 6 players with either 6 or 7 points, led by Mayo with 7. They've got Seeger off the bench with 7. Awe with 6, Williams with 6, Steele has 6, and Glover has 6 points. Tony Webb, the big guy, Tony Webb Jr., has 1 point. Team totals, this is interesting. Shawnee State, 62% floor shooting, 13 made out of 21 shots from the floor. Only 3 of 8 from downtown, that's 37.5%. And their foul shooting, 10 of 15, that's 67%. For Tech, not bad, 46% floor shooting, 12 of 25, but only 1 out of 8 from downtown, that's 11%. And only 2 of 2 foul shooting. So they only had 2 shots at the foul line, Tech did. And Shawnee State had 15 tries in the first half. By the way, as far as personal fouls, nobody on either team in foul trouble except for Ian Goings for Tech. He's got 3. And taking a look at rebounding, it's pretty much the same. Tech with 13 team rebounds and 11 for Shawnee State. So there you have it. That translates to a 12-point lead for the Bears from Ohio.
Yeah, and one thing about it, Bill, when you're giving those numbers as I'm looking here, I think free throws really has been the difference because remember, Tech got in early foul trouble. At one point it was 7 fouls to only 1, and getting to the line 15 times and making 10, that's really a big difference in the game. Tech has outscored them by 8 at the line, and they've outscored them by 6 from downtown. And Tech, who normally is a good three-point shooting team, as you mentioned, have only made 1, and they've missed their first 7 of them before they actually made 1. So Tech did not shoot the ball well from downtown.
Yeah, and in fact, the one made was from the reserve, Brenton Wolford, the second.
Right, the second. And they made the first one. And with that, we'll take a break as both teams are back out on the floor warming up for the second half. Biggest lead of the game is right here at 12 points for Shawnee State. 39-27 the lead. We'll be back with the second half coming up on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backyard. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
We're back here at the Raleigh County Convention Center here on Dave Bartsdale Court. And we've got some business to take care of, Bill.
I'd like to remind you one of our sponsors is Affinity Coal Division, located in Sophia. They take pride in producing premium metallurgical coal that fuels progress around the world. Built on a foundation of safety, innovation, and teamwork, Affinity continues the proud tradition of Appalachian mining with a focus on quality and reliability. From the heart of coal country, they deliver the resources that strengthen industries and communities alike. Affinity Coal Division, from coal seam to coal beam. And we'd like to remind you that it's dinner time. Pasquale's Italian Restaurant is waiting for you. they've got your favorite Italian dishes plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. And they offer catering and private parties, so book your event at 304-255-5253. Pasquale's Italian Restaurant.
Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Edward Jones Financial Advisors. And Edward Jones, whether you're retiring or changing jobs, you want to know all what your options are. And you've got 4 fine people that you can talk to. They take great care of me. They'll take great care of you. That's Heather Cantley. You can reach out to Heather at 681-254-0097. Tracy Houck at 681-254-0079. Brooke Dempsey, 304-421-2420. And Ben Worley at 304-254-9995. All right, Bill, put your coaching hat on. If you are Corey Akert in the Tech locker room, what do you got to do, or what do you think that Corey Akert may have told his squad? How does Tech get back in this game in the second half?
Well, you'd first have to look at somebody to help Brandon Moore. Moore, with 10 points, has done very, very well, but he really hasn't had much supporting cast, and it's because, I guess, Shawnee State with the great defense, but somebody's got to step up. Brandon Moore has made 5 out of 6 from the floor, but nobody else really has gotten hot. Meantime, defense, well, Shawnee State, it's hard to put a defense when you've got 6 players all doing pretty much the same scoring. So, I don't know what you can say about defense other than just mix it up as you go down.
Well, you're right, because, we talked about all came into the game averaging 9, Mayo at 9, Williams at 10, Steele at 12, and a Sider there, the leading scorer, at 14. So they're all, like I said, and I said this in the pregame, they're kind of interchangeable because you can't really focus on one because they're all score right in the same range there. Like I said, from 9 to 14, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, like that. So it's very difficult, and maybe they got to go a little bit more zone and hope they can force Shawnee State a little further out.
And the other thing is, too, you mentioned this again during the play-by-play. Shawnee loves to play at a certain deliberate pace, and right now they're playing at their pace. Tech has to get it running. Once again, second half, here's Maris Lowry.
Thank you very much, Bill. Tech will get the first possession of the second half. As, like I said, they trail by 12, the biggest deficit. Tech led only one time. They led 2-0, and outside of that, it's been Shawnee State. So Tech will inbound the ball, and we look out there. Looks like the same starters for Tech to start the second half that started the game, as Goins has it now, and he was saddled by foul trouble. He's a guy that could help him, so could Tackett offensively, as Goins will dial up a 3 from the corner, and it's short as DeBoard will clear the long rebound. And he'll race it up, and then they'll do what Shawnee does. If the layup's not there, they really like to slow it down and play the half-court game. Here's Steele into the lane. He had a good first half, and heartbreak. That was halfway down and popped back out on him. He felt his 2 points were stolen that time from Steele. But here's a turnover, and that's another thing, too. The defense by Shawnee. Williams over to Awe. And now Shawnee throws it away. I think too many passes there. They should have shot it. When in doubt, shoot.
There you go. By the way, turnovers, Tech with 10 and Shawnee with 7.
And that's counting that last turnover, correct?
Yes.
So here's Woods with it. As Tech has 2 Woods on the floor. And here's a Tech turnover and a steal by Mayo. Shovel pass. DeBoard, the layup was too strong, but he's able to get his own rebound. Mayo to the basket, lays it up and in. Biggest lead of the game right here at 14.
They were all very athletic, very physical.
Going back into the first half, Bill, it's 11-2 run right now by Shawnee. As Woods gets into the lane, he gets tied up. And what do we got? We got a foul or a held ball. We got a held ball, and the arrow will turn it over. And that's the difference between this level and, say, high school. High school, that's probably a foul 10 times out of 10, but not at this level, and I like how they play. You have to be strong with the ball if you go into the land of the Giants in the center of the lane.
Really, and you've got to be strong, no doubt about it. I mean, they're working you here.
Yeah, this is like the playground. You don't get none of that the whistle like you might draw in high school. So here's Shawnee State really with a chance to put their foot down on Tech as they lead by 14, their biggest lead of the game, and trying to add to that. With 11 to shoot, Mayo, they cut him off. DeBoard will pull up, 15-footer, needs a roll, won't get it, but we got a foul, and the foul's going to go against Tech. And Craven will get whistled for the Tech foul. as Craven had checked in for Goins, and he'll commit the foul.
Yeah, Goins playing with 3 fouls when he's out there, so he's got to be very careful, and he'll see a lot of bench time.
So 20 on the shot clock, having a hard time getting it in, and they throw the ball way out to Mayo. And now DeBoard will reset the offense. Shawnee from Portsmouth, Ohio, about a 3-hour trip from Portsmouth here to Beckley. Shawnee's women's team beat Tech's women's team. What was that score again, 82-69?
82-69, very good.
Yes, and there's an offensive foul on Shawnee, illegal screen. They'll get Conte Williams with the foul. And that will be his second, team's first. But, you know, when they apply the pressure, it just kind of wears on you. It's not just physical, but it's also mental. And that's one thing that Tech coach Corey Aker told me back, you know, when I had a conversation for him about a half an hour before the game started. Is tack it off the drive, a lot of contact there. He thought he was fouled, and he doesn't get the whistle.
Well, right now, the heavy-duty lifting under the basket has gone to Tackett, and he's got no help.
Yeah, and he felt he was fouled. There was a lot of contact, but like I said, at this level, you have to play through the contact as Moore has the ball in the corner. On Woods' end of the ball game. Liam Craven with 8 to shoot. Clock's running down, 6 to shoot. A lot of dribbling. They're going to have to get a shot off. Will they beat the shot clock? And with 1 second on the shot clock, Tech gets bailed out with a Shawnee foul.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. That would have been a turnover.
If you had hair, it'd be gray. And then if you had gray hair, you wouldn't have any when you fouled 1 second on the shot clock, right?
Oh, my gosh.
So that foul was on the board, and that'll be his first, team's second. With 14 to shoot for Tech. And a reach-in foul, and that foul will be on Williams. Kanante Williams commits the foul. His second, team's third. So maybe this is a reverse. You know, early in the first half, Bill, the fouls mounted up on Tech. Now maybe here in the second half, the fouls will start to mount up on Shawnee State.
Yeah, let me correct myself. That's his third foul.
They whip the ball out to Moore with 15 to shoot. 3 minutes into the second half. Tech down 14. Ball's knocked free. This defense, they're in the passing lanes as Craven will dial up a 3, and it just won't fall down for him. Wow, that's tough luck.
Yeah.
And here's Mayo back the other way. Into the lane. In traffic with the left hand, it won't go as Craven will get the rebound for Tech. And Tackett will get the ball across the midcourt stripe. And got a legal pick on Tackett. And checking into the lineup will be Webb, the big fella. And also into the lineup will be Payne. And who else we got?
Roman Kellum is in for
Tech. And Sider also in for Shawnee State. So here's Shawnee State with it. And this is Teron Payne. Payne looks over the zone. Sicer on the drive. Puts up a tough shot, bank shot. That was a tough angle. Kellum clears the rebound. Moore attacks the basket, and it's swatted by Webb. Said, get that stuff out of here. Here's Sicer. Leans in, off the glass, and scores. Biggest lead of the game right here.
They're so fast when they need to be.
And Tech, Bill, has been stuck on 27.
They haven't scored in this half.
Right. And we've played over 4 minutes until they heard you, Bill. Is Kellum able to score? So 18 to shoot. Shaking and baking is Payne. 10 to shoot. Webb, great post position. Down low, he's the load, puts it up. Kellum does a pretty good job and forces a miss. And here's Moore. Moore lobs it up. Wood catches it and slam dunk.
That was a pretty by Woods.
And that's the kind of play that might ignite the Tech team to try to get them back in the game. The fans that braved the cold, made their way to the building, really appreciated that play. Here's All with it. Little floater just inside the foul line. And here's Tech trying to make a run as Moore's in the open court. Moore will go in, and he'll throw it down with a slam dunk. And a 6-0 run, and Shawnee State wants a timeout. What was a 16-point lead a minute ago, now with 14:37 left in the game, it's a 10-point lead as we'll go to break with this slam dunk. 43-33 the lead for Shawnee State. Streaming live here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. They provide superior professional work, and it's an easy number to remember. You can call 304-253-HELP for Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Need me an ice-cold Pepsi right about now. I know, Bill, you love the blue can.
And I got it right here in front of me. Yeah.
Silver can of Diet Pepsi and the black can of Pepsi Zero. Out of the timeout, Tech has trimmed the lead from 16 down to 10. There's 20 to shoot into the front court for Shawnee State. Webb's posting up down low. They're trying to get him the ball. And him and Kellum are really going at it in that post. 10 to shoot. Oh, and he loses, his traction. And he turns it over.
9 turnovers against Shawnee State.
And here's the thing we have in college. Even though we came out of a timeout, once we get a dead ball at a certain time, we have to take another timeout. So we'll take it with them. 14-14 remaining in regulation. 10-point lead for Shawnee State. 43-33 here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hill. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
With Bill O'Brien, I'm Maris Lowry here in Beckley. Hope you're enjoying this college basketball game. Shawnee State leads Tech by 10. They led by as many as 16. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Cameron Ball is on camera. And Tech trying to make a run, Bill, is if they can score here, they can cut the lead in half, or if they hit a three, they're a little more than in half of being down 16 a minute ago.
Yeah, to get the deficit down to single digits is important.
They throw it away.
And that's 13 turnovers against Tech.
Here's the board. You'll find Mayo. Mayo for three. Got it right down the chute for Mayo, and the lead back to 13.
Boy, that hurt.
You're right. It really hurt if you're Tech. You had a chance to get into single digits. You turn it over on one end, and you give up a three ball on the other. And now we got a foul on Mayo. And that'll be the fourth team foul on Shawnee State with 13 and a half remaining as we watch the play right here. Easy play to call.
And Mayo went over and helped him up.
Yep. That was nice sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Always good to see.
Second foul on Mayo.
Goins will put the ball in play right there between the Tech bench and the scoring table. Got 20 to shoot. And here's Moore with it. Kellum. Kellum and Webb been going at it on both ends of the floor. Chapman. Kellum as he rolls to the basket, and he missed the layup. He looked like he got too far under the rim, Bill, and he shot it up under the rim.
Oh, my. Worked so hard to get that easy shot.
I thought he was going to slam it. Mayo shaking and baking. And DeBoer turns it over. Packed his bags because he traveled.
10 turnovers against Shawnee.
By the way, Tech will be in action again on Saturday afternoon, and it'll be the women's game at 1 o'clock, the men's game at 3 o'clock. Of course, Video Productions will have live streaming coverage of those games, and they will be taking on Oakland City University.
Which is where?
I will tell you in a minute as that three is put up by Goins no good. If it's the same Oakland City, and I believe it is, that Bob Bolin and I did a game up in Summersville, they are in Indiana. And Mayo will dial it up, and I think he shot that from Indiana.
He
It
did.
was so far back, and it is not even close. You know, you talk about traveling from Indiana to West Virginia, that's almost halfway across the country.
Well, it is. Trust me.
I do trust you.
On my way to Kansas City, you know,
And that's-
halfway is Indiana.
I was going to say, in Kansas City, it's a little more than halfway, is it not?
Yeah. It's 14 hours.
That's too far from me.
7 hours to Evansville, which is halfway.
Too far from me, at least by bus or by car. I'd have to take the train or the plane as Kellum gets free and slams it home.
6 points for Kellum off the bench.
Of course, Kellum, his freshman year, played at South Charleston. And he's played here through his high school career when they would play Beckley in this building. 15 to shoot. DeBoer, he says, the heck with that. I don't need 15, but he dials up a three and it won't go. Tech with a chance to get the game to single digits. Chapman thought about the three, gets to the free throw line, a 15-footer, and Chapman knocks it down.
First points of the day for Cole Chapman.
So Tech has cut that 16-point lead down to 9. 11.5 remaining. And the big fella Webb has it out front.
Whoa.
DeBoer into the corner. Down low, Webb. They double team him. They knock the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Shawnee State with 8 to shoot.
That's how you have to handle him, because this guy's got to be, 250? And probably 6'10".
Yeah, that's with 1 foot on the scale, right? As checking into the lineup will be Payne. And let's see who else they put into the lineup. Will be Williams. And then Tech will counter with Trayton Woods will check in. So 8 seconds to shoot on the clock. Williams has it. Now to DeBoer. And here's Steele. Had to put it up. It won't go. Nothing but white jerseys around the rim. Tech with an opportunity to get even a little closer on this offensive possession. So we come up on the 11-minute mark of the second half. Goings, turn around. Shot up, in and out, it won't go. Williams clears the rebound for Shawnee State. Into the lane. And draws the contact, will get to the line, and he will shoot a pair. That's a nice move by Adadu. How you like that?
You've been pronouncing that. You've just been working on that, and it's not an easy name.
No, I remember when you and I in our radio days, remember Huntington had a running back from Nigeria.
Oh, gee.
Can't even remember his name, but I know it started with an N, and I think it ended with an A. It had about 30 letters in between.
Exactly.
Well, I learned how to say it after he graduated. As makes the first free throw.
7 points for him. Ahmadou is his first name.
Yeah, Adadu.
That's what Maris said.
That's what the coach told me. And awe is spelled A-W.
Yep.
And for those who didn't or don't know, second free throw is good. He got them both. And got a new player into the ball game, and he's not played, and he's not on our roster as well. So on the next dead ball, we'll have to figure out who that is. As 33 has entered into the game. I don't have him. Do you have him, Bill?
I do not.
And like I said, this is provided with us, and they've got quite a few players, and they've played quite a few. They played 10 in the first half. Chapman finds Kellum down low. 10 to shoot. And there's a foul, and that'll get Woods to the free throw line.
I tell you what, Woods showed no fear when he went strong to the hoop, when he saw a couple of blue shirts ready to swat his attempt, and he drew the foul.
So Trayton Woods will step to the line to shoot a pair.
It's DeBoard's second foul for Shawnee State.
And the first free throw is no good. And like I said, that was an area, Bill, when you looked at the difference of the first half, one of the main differences was the free throw shooting. Tech didn't get there enough, and they only made 2 free throws in the first half. And while Shawnee State made 10, outscored them obviously 8 from the line, as 1 as 2 is made, and the lead is 10. Shawnee State is led by as many as 16. And here's DeBoard with it with 20 to shoot. As we're getting ready to come up on the halfway point of this second half. Williams spins into the lane and loses it. Chapman picks it up. Chapman on the move. Chapman to Goings. Goings lays it up and in. And Tech has got it down to single digits. They've cut that 16-point lead in half, and now there's a foul on Tech.
As we mentioned, Goings normally gets you double figures in scoring, and he's been held to 6 points,
Bill,
but because of foul trouble.
Well, they're over looking for the basketball, and I think it might be right at your feet.
Well, we're still looking.
I don't know where it is. They're looking up under here. I don't know where it went. It might be, I think it's on the front side. Oh, where did it go? It might be on the front side. There it is, right there in front of your foot, Bill. Thought the basketball had left us with 9:56 remaining here in the second half, and Bill had to find the basketball for the officials. So it's 48-40, and Tech has cut the 16-point lead in half. And while we got a minute, to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty, as Luke Richmond is the broker, Steve Morgan the associate broker. If you're in the market to buy or sell your house, you can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets. Hart's Cabinets located in MacArthur, West Virginia. For quality custom cabinets, you can check out Hart's. They've been around since 1974. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. Well, Bill, what are some of the numbers you have up to this juncture of the ball game?
Well, we just found out that number 33 for Shawnee State is Damon Charles.
And that's good to know.
That's good to know. And Mayo with 12 points leads them in scoring. 9 points for Seeger. Normally he gets their most points, and here's Maris.
And actually, Tech has made 2 more field goals. Tech is 18 of 37 from the floor. Shawnee is 16 of 34, so they've made 2 more, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. But Tech has done a good job, and they've done it on the defensive end, Bill, forcing turnovers, getting stops, as they were down 16 not that long ago, and they've cut that lead in half, and they're down 8. So here's Shawnee with it. Williams has it out high. Tech now back in that zone. Payne has it with 13 to shoot. Payne will dial it up straight away. 3 and hit a big 3 ball right down the chute.
That's his first basket of the day.
And that'll get the lead back to double digits for Shawnee State. Chapman on the drive into the lane. Leans in, has his shot rejected. Nice defensive play by Payne. Here's Steele with it. Steele, little follow away with the left hand, needs a row and it won't go. With the offensive rebound put back, it won't go. Bodies crashing to the floor. We got a foul. And you told me that the new man,
Charles.
Damon
Charles, 33.
And that was him. And we got a Tech foul, I believe. Yep. They'll call a foul on Goings. That's his 4th, Bill, with 9:04 left here in regulation and down 11.
Oh, that's a major problem for WVU Tech.
Yeah, so head coach Corey Akers got to make wholesale changes, as he does. They're going to leave Craven on the floor. They got Tackett back into the game. Both Woods are into the game, and Moore into the ball game for Tech. 20 to shoot. Here's Payne. He loses the ball, able to get it back. Williams is double teamed, spins into the lane, and he's able to score. That's a nice play.
He's such a long body. I mean, not only tall, but the long arms.
And a mini 5-0 run for Shawnee that had their lead cut from 16 to 8, now back up to 13. As we come up on 8.5 remaining here in the second half. Here's Tackett. Off the drive, into the lane, stops, head fake, 8 to shoot. Craven dials it up from downtown, and it is an air ball. And good defense. Shawnee State forced Tech real deep in the clock, and they're not able to get a good look, and the result was an air ball.
Yeah, that was a desperation shot.
So after Tech, it looked like they got some momentum build. It cut the lead from 16 to 8. Shawnee State flexing their muscles, and you can see why they're the top team in the conference at 8-0. Tech is tied for 4th. To make postseason play, you've got to finish in the top 4 of each side. That's a little baseline shot is good by Payne. And now a 7-0 run in the lead to 15. Back the other way, Craven can't get it to go. He just can't see the ball go in the hoop as Woods makes the steal. And Woods will throw it to Woods. And Traven Woods will dial up a 3 and hit a big 3 ball. Seven and a half remaining.
That's only the second long shot that Tech has made today.
A lot of pushing and shoving and no whistle. 15 to shoot for Shawnee and running the clock down. 8 to shoot. Sicer on the drive. On the baseline, little float away, and he traveled. So they turn it over. Tech gets a stop, but they're going to have a lot of stops. They're down 12. They were down as many as 16. They cut it to 8, and the lead got back to 15. It's 12 now with a chance if they can hit a 3 or get a 3 the old-fashioned way, Bill, they can get it to single digits, can Tech. Moore on the drive. And that's another thing, too. I don't think Tech, and I think you'd agree, they haven't shot enough free throws in this game.
Well, that's right. Brandon Moore, he's been held only 2 points in the second half. There's another turnover.
Turnover. And a nice play by Liam Craven to get the ball back for Tech. Woods into the corner, and he throws it away. That's one he probably should have shot. Like I said, when in doubt, shoot, as DeBoard will check back in. But Tech running out of time. I know there's still a lot of time left at 6:41, but, you know, they haven't been able, like I said, they got it to 8, then the lead balloons back to 15, then, you know, they get it to 12. That was a big possession, a big turnover there for Tech.
15 turnovers against the Golden Bears.
And now Payne, he'll just walk it up. No hurry. Shawnee State can be very deliberate and run the clock down. But you don't want to run it too far down. You want to make sure for Shawnee State you still get good looks. 12 to shoot the board over to Williams. Now they're under 10. Steele into the lane, double team. DeBoard is going to have to put it up, 3 on the clock. He leans in, puts the shot up, it won't go, and Tech comes out of there with the rebound. Here's Woods. Woods will attack the basket. Throw the ball back out. Tackett will dial it up from downtown. It won't go, and the ball's out of bounds, and Tech will keep the possession with 5:58 remaining here in the second half.
Every possession that Tech has on offense, they've got to make points.
Well, you're right. If you get a stop on one end, you have to score when you're down 12. So it'll be 20 to shoot. All will check back into the Shawnee State lineup. And here's Tech with it. Moore dials up a 3 in front of us. It's good. Right down the chute for Moore. And Tech able to cut the lead to single digits.
15 points for him, only his second bucket of the second half. Moore.
Sometimes it's not how many you make, but when you make them, right?
There you go, absolutely.
But now if you're Tech and you get stops, you got to be able to score on your end of the floor. But Shawnee has been very good at executing their offense like they're doing now. He's at 8 on the shot clock. 5. You're going to have to go quick. And Payne will dial it up for 3 and hit a big 3 at the shot clock buzzer. What a big 3. Payne delivers Payne with that 3 ball.
Yeah.
Moore in traffic. Little floater is good.
He's taking control.
And a Tech foul. And that's the 6th team foul with 5:06 remaining here in the second half. And coming down the crunch time, as we come down the stretch here, the final 5 minutes is Goings. They put him back in the game, and you almost have to do that, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 4 fouls, and you're down 10 with 5:06 left. You got to make a run now.
That was on Trayton Woods. That's his 3rd.
And like I said, that's the team's 6. So Tech has 6 team fouls. Shawnee State has 5 team fouls, as we're now under 5 minutes for the game. And here's when you got the lead, you can run a little clock here. And Payne delivered that 3 right at the shot clock buzzer on the last possession. As they're now 8 to shoot. Steele down low, each strip. Ball's knocked free, and it will stay with Shawnee State. They'll have 5 seconds in which to shoot. And I think we'll have a timeout. And it looks like we will with 4:40 remaining here in the ball game. It's a 10-point lead for Shawnee as they lead the Golden Bears of Tech 58-48. We'll take a break and be right back here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World at Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World at Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World at Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
For your free in-home estimate.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance.
We're down to crunch time with 4:40 remaining in the ball game. It's a 10-point lead for Shawnee State, 58-48. When these two teams, Bill, played back on December 10th, the final score was 70-63. It doesn't look like neither team's going to get to 70 tonight. But Coach Corey Aker told me this is how Shawnee plays and this is how they're most effective. And they've been effective, but they will have the ball, Shawnee, under their own basket. They'll have 5 to shoot as they put the ball in play. Trying to get it in. And they do down low, and there's a foul on the catch. But Tech is over the limit, and that'll be free throw time. That'll be 1-1 for Steele.
Foul on Woods. By the way, Shawnee has only hit 35% from the floor in the second half, but they've done it in other ways.
But the biggest shot was when the shot clock was running down and Payne delivered that 3 ball. And like I said, he delivered Payne on Tech by making that 3 as the first free throw still is good, and now he'll get the bonus as he makes the front end of the 1-1.
It's his 10th foul shooting chance today, and he's made 8.
And he's made them both. And that gets the lead to 12 points. And so we've got 4.5 remaining. Here's Tackett with it. Goings thought about the 3. Moore in the far corner, and he stepped out of bounds, and Tech turns it over. And that's been a big problem here, too. And a lot of that might have been an unforced error, but most of the turnovers that Tech has had has been because of the good defense by Shawnee State.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're very active defensively, Shawnee.
And that's why they've won a lot of games, trying to get their 17th win of the year, and they're trying to go 9-0 in league play. As we come up on the 4-minute mark here of the second half. It's Payne attacks the basket, a little scoop shot up and in.
Yeah, Payne has just caught fire. He's got 10 points.
He's delivered Payne in this second half.
Oh, my gosh, has he?
He's made some big shots. Here's Moore with it. Tech will be at home on this floor Saturday afternoon. The women's game's at 1, and the men's games it will be at 3. They'll play Oakland, and not from California.
Or Michigan.
Or Michigan. From Indiana. It's 10 to shoot. Goins is open, near corner three on its way. Good as he rains a three, and there's a foul. This potentially could be a wouldn't be a 4-point play. Could be a potential 5 to 6 point play because I think Tech will get to take the ball out of bounds. Let's see how this rule works. I don't know if, like in the NBA, if that would happen. And obviously this is not the NBA. The player that was fouled would get to the line and shoot one. But now Tech will get possession of the ball. They can make this a 6-point possession because they hit a three. And if they can hit another three, Goins will pull up from 15, and it turns out to be a 5-point possession. And they've cut the lead to single digits, but they're running out of time. It's come up on the 3-minute mark of the ball game. Both teams are over the limit. And it's a 10-second violation as Tech gets a big stop.
Wow. Great defense. 15th turnover against Shawnee State.
If Tech was able to hit a three or get a three the old-fashioned way, they can make this game very interesting if they could get it to 62-56.
Goins has caught fire. He's got 11 points.
But I think you have to be quick. Just don't rush if you're Tech. Like I said, we're getting ready now as we're under 3 minutes for the game. Woods around the screen. Tackett. Tackett spins. Tackett pulls up. They double team him. 4 to shoot. They're going to have to get a shot up. Do they know the clock? They got it up just in time, and that's a violation because the ball did not touch the rim. But Payne is able to get the pass. His scoop shot doesn't go. And Tech throws it away. So that was a golden opportunity right there, and they turn it over to Tech. And that's how many turnovers?
17.
Yeah. 17. I'm going to say you have to take off your shoes to count the number of turnovers,
really,
right?
Absolutely. And 15 against Shawnee State.
Here's the board up under pressure. Like I said, both teams are over the limit in fouls. Here's all with it, 15 to shoot. Shawnee State running some clock. The board will dial up a 3 ball. It won't go as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in this contest. Tackett with it. Moore with it now. Thought about the 3. They're out on him. Goins. Double team. Splits the double team, and he'll draw the foul. So here's a chance for Tech Bill to score with the clock stopped with 1:48 remaining here in the contest. And not only is both teams over the limit, but that actually was in the act of shooting. So this is a 2-shot foul rather than the 1-and-1.
Ian Goins, he took a beating there in that last one. His first chance foul shooting today.
As DeBoard will commit his 4th foul. And Chapman will be in, well, actually he's supposed to come in after the first shot. They let him, no, he can't check in now. Because I was going to say, we've been doing games long enough. I was like, wait a minute, no, you can't do that. You got to wait till after Goins shoots the first shot before Chapman can enter the ball game.
And you got to put your uniform down.
And another left-handed shooter. It's not a 1-and-1. As Goins misses the free throw, now Chapman can enter the game. But like I said, when you're behind and the clock stopped, you got to knock down your free throws. And Goins misses the front end. Here's the second shot. And he makes 1 of 2. So it's an 8-point lead. Tech's not been able to get any closer from being down 16-8. Now Goins commits a foul, and he's fouled out of the ball game. So his night is done at the 1:40 mark here of this second half.
And he finishes with 12 points. Most of those in the second half.
Yeah, that's 2 points shy of his average. He came in averaging 14 a game. And he fouls out with only 12 points here this evening. And a guy who's really lived at the line, right? This is free throw 11 and 12 coming up for steal.
That's right, yeah. He's made 8 out of 10.
So I can do that math 80% from the line. Did we have the broadcaster's jinx? We did not. You know, Larry Bird told a story. He said, people only say it's a broadcaster jinx because they don't know how to shoot free throws. He said, there's never been a broadcast jinx on me, talking about himself, Larry Bird, because he's a good free throw shooter. Of course, Mark Price shot it at 90. Calvin Murphy shot it right there, 90, 91%.
Rick Barry,
and he did it the old-fashioned way, the underhanded way, what they called the granny shot back in the day.
That's right.
And, of course, Seth Curry's an excellent free throw shooter. I don't know if he's quite career at 90, but he's probably close to that. So second free throw by Steele is good, and now Steele at the line himself is 10 of 12. And the lead back to double digits at 10, minute and a half remaining in the game. And for Shawnee State, you don't want to foul because, like I said, every foul would put Tech at the line as they're over the limit, and they throw it away. Turnover number 18. And here's all with it. And now if you're Tech, you probably got to start thinking about fouling. Shawnee State can just spread the floor and run clock. And that's what they're doing. And that's the guy you probably don't want to foul, the guy with the ball, and that is Steele because he's been so good at the line. 9 to shoot. DeBoer's going to have to put it up. But All will shoot it. Nope, he'll be stripped. And they give the ball to Tackett. Tackett will go in. Nice fake, and Tackett will lay it up and in. So timeout Tech with 49.8 seconds remaining here in the contest. 64 to 56. And we'll keep it here. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Spartan Factory. Of course, the Haberdash that Bill and I are wearing came from the Spartan Factory. And Bill, they have uniforms, they have hats, anything for your church, anything for your team. You can check them out at the website, thespartanfactorywv.com. The officials are coming over here to check something out. I'm not sure exactly what they're checking out here. I don't know if it's time.
They saw the Chick-fil-A commercial. I think they're hungry too.
Well, they could be. Maybe they're looking at the time, as there should be 50.6. 50.6 should be left. Is, of course, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. They ought to take him to Chick-fil-A. He has provided everything for the officials. They're already good, and he makes them look even better.
You got that
He makes
right.
us look better because he's the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins.
He can push the right buttons, our producer-director.
Yes. All right, one other thing we got. Speaking of food, how about Cracker Barrel, Bill? If you want a home-cooked meal, you don't want me to cook it. You want Cracker Barrel to cook it.
You and I worked for all those years on WJLS.
Yes.
We know you and I cannot cook.
No, that's why we got Cracker Barrel. And to check out all their delicious food that they have at Cracker Barrel, you can go to crackerbarrel.com. And when you go to Cracker Barrel, tell them Maris and Bill sent you. All right, 50.6 seconds. That is correct. Tech has cut it to 8. They've not been able to get any closer since they've been down by as many as 16. But you figure you got to foul. If you don't get the steal right away, if you're Tech, you have to foul. And they probably should foul right now, and they do. And it'll be 1-and-1 time for Amadou Ah.
Well, you got to like the way the Tech keeps coming back. As you said, 16 points down on a couple of occasions, and they've been able to chip away at the lead on those occasions and got it to single digits.
New player into the ball game for Tech for the first time.
Graham Orndorff.
So all will be shooting 1-and-1. And with 48.6, of course, this is important. Obviously, if there's a miss, if you're Tech, you've got to get the rebound.
He's 2 for 2 foul shooting today and 8 points.
And All was basically known for his defense, as if he makes one of these, he'll be at his season average. He averages 9, and he's right at his season average with 9.
How do you pronounce his name?
Amadou Ah.
Thank you.
I'll be saying that in my sleep tonight. Second free throw on its way, and he got them both, and now he's a point above his average. As he's got 10, and that's the lead is 10 in the final 45 seconds of this one. In our direct choice our Pioneer Community Bank post-game show, we'll have a quick wrap-up. Is Moore able to score?
He's got 19 to lead Tech.
And now there's a foul, and that'll get –
whoa.
Wait a minute. Looks like he's shaking up a little bit. That is Ah. Maybe they hit knees. And if you've ever done that, you know how painful
Oh,
that is.
ouch, yeah.
But that'll get all back to the free throw line with 40.7 and Tech down 8.
Here's the replay.
And that's looked like what happened, like they may have, knees might have collided. That's just ouch me thinking about that.
Yeah. 4th foul on Woods, by the way.
So all at the line. He came in, as I mentioned, averaging 9. He's at 10. And the free throw is good.
He is 5 out of 5 foul shooting. Boy, their foul shooting has been terrific.
Yep, they do a lot of things right, and that's why they're as good as they are, trying to get their 17th win and trying to go 17-4, 9-0 in league play. When you play the defense they play, you shoot free throws good. As the second one's no good, there's your announcer, Jinx Bill. Final 35 seconds. Kellum, Woods drives. Tough shot, and he'll draw the foul. So getting to the free throw line, Jakarian Woods for WU Tech. And Tech was tied for 4th. Like I said, you got to finish in the top 4. There's an East Division and a West Division in this conference, Bill, and you have to finish in the top 4 to qualify for postseason play. There's 12 teams overall in the conference, 6 in each. And like I said, you got to finish in the top 4. Tech came into this game tied for 4th. So Tech's going to be under the gun after this game coming down the stretch to win a lot of the games as we dive into the month of February. As we get ready to close out January on Saturday afternoon when they play Oakland, they've got a lot more home games, and they're going to have to get some wins if they're going to make their way to postseason play. Woods' free throw is good.
He's 3 for 3 plus a field goal, so 5 points for Woods.
And he's trying to get the lead to 7 if he can. Or rather, not 7, but yeah, got it to 7. And there's a foul. So this is the closest Tech has been since they were down as many as 16, and they've cut it to 7 with 31 seconds left in the game.
You know, Maris, you and I were talking during one of the commercial breaks about the end of basketball games, especially college, where fouls just sort of take over and it takes forever to play the last minute.
Well, especially on the Division I level. I was telling you, I watched the game Saturday, and it took 27 minutes to play 44 seconds. 27 minutes of real time as the first free throw by Steele is good. 27 minutes to play 44 seconds between all the fouls, the timeouts, the reviews. And, you know, I know that these games a lot of times when you watch major networks are staggered 2 hours apart. You almost cannot play a Division I college basketball game in 2 hours, as the next free throw is good as well. And as you said, Bill, Steele has had quite a night at the free throw line, and there's a timeout.
12 out of 14. So 31 seconds left in the game and a 9-point lead for the visitors from Portsmouth, Ohio.
It's a 30-second timeout. So we'll tell you that tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, and they're located in MacArthur, and they have quality custom cabinets. They've been around since 1974. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. We'll have a quick wrap-up in our Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. And, Bill, you and I, because this was an early start because of the weather, we will not break curfew tonight, or at least I won't. I don't know where you're going after here, but I won't break curfew tonight.
Well, I was going to do Chick-fil-A, but
well, you still can.
I still think I should.
So a 9-point game, 31 seconds left in this one. And you would think Shawnee would be able to hang on, go 9-0 in league play, 17-4 overall. Tech's going to go to 6-13 and 3-6 in league play. Final 25 seconds. You got to get up a shot quick. Final 18 seconds. Moore has it. If you're Shawnee, it's what they do. They just let him shoot. The ball is loose. The board picks it up, and he'll just dribble out the time. And Shawnee will remain undefeated in league play. Final score will be 69-60. Shawnee State has defeated the Golden Bears of Tech. Like I said, with the win, Shawnee State goes to 17-4 overall. They'll go to 9-0 in league play. Tech will fall to 6-13 overall. They will go to 3-6 in league play. We will take a break. We'll come back with the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show up next here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store, fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
And we welcome you back to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. A great job, as always, producing and directing. And our cameraman was Cameron Ball. Is the final score. Shawnee State, they defeat the Golden Bears of Tech 69-60 with the win. Shawnee State is now 17-4 overall and 9-0 in league play. Tech will fall to 6-13 overall and 3-5 in league play, and overall 3-3 at home. Tech had one lead, Bill, 2-0, and after that, Shawnee State led the rest of the way. Shawnee State led by 12 at halftime by the score of 39-27. The biggest lead was 16, and Tech got as close as 7. Couldn't get any closer, and the final score ends at 9, 69-60. You have the team and individual totals, and Inside the Numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice with the pre-owned lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, West Virginia's best selection of prices and pre-owned cars. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local sports and student athletes. Also, Inside the Numbers brought to you by Allstate Insurance. Lori Richmond is the agent. She's located at Market Road in Beckley. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're now in good hands with Bill O'Brien.
Okay, thank you, Maris. And one of the things, Maris, that you pointed out earlier on in our broadcast was that Shawnee State has so many players, it's hard to concentrate on just one. So to give you an idea, they had 4 in double figures, plus 2 more almost in double figures. They were led tonight by Mayo with 12 points. Steele wound up with 12 points, all of them from the free throw line. 11 points for Awe, 10 points for Payne off the bench, 8 points for Williams, who was a starter, and Seeger, who normally is their leading point maker off the bench. He had 9 total. The other scoring, 6 points for Glover, 1 point for the big guy Webb, and that was it individually for the visitors from Ohio. For WVU Tech, they were led by 19 by Brandon Moore. He hit 9 of 12 from the field tonight and finished with 19 points. Goings fouled out with 12. Those were the only double-figure scores for the Golden Bears. Woods had 8. The other Woods had 6. Trayton Woods with 8. And Jaquan Woods with 6. 4 points for Tackett, 3 for Wooford, 2 points for Chapman, and 6 for Kellum off the bench. And the team totals shooting for Shawnee State, they hit 48% from the floor, 43% from three, and 78% from the line. Tech, 49% from the floor, 23.5% from downtown, and 75% from the line. And a couple of things we mentioned at halftime, and it continued here for the rest of the game, the three-point situation, where Tech shot 17 of them, made only 4, and from the charity stripe, Tech only had 8 chances at the line, making 6, and Shawnee State had 27 chances, making 21.
And that's the difference of the game, Bill. 21 of 27 for Shawnee State, as you just mentioned, 6 of 8 for Tech. So if my math is correct, that's 15 more points that Shawnee State got at the line. They made 2 more 3 balls and that winning the game by 9. So therein lies the difference. Tech, they shot the ball fairly well, but like I said, they just didn't get to the line enough. And Shawnee State got big stops when they needed it. And also, I think the biggest shot, that the dagger, was that one by Payne. The shot clock was running down. It was a 9-point game at that time, and he hit that big 3 to put them up 12. And like I said, Tech had one lead, 2-0, and then Shawnee State able to win the ball game. Well, that'll wrap things up from here. As far as moving forward, of course, the big high school game in this market, in this area, was supposed to be tomorrow night between Beckley and Shady, that we would have on Video Productions with no school in Raleigh County, which we haven't had all week. That game will not be played tomorrow, so we'll have a pile of makeup games. The only thing we can tell you that our next broadcast will be Saturday afternoon, Bill, and it'll start at 12:30 will be the airtime, and the 1 o'clock game, you and I will have it. You'll have the play-by-play. I'll provide color as they'll take on Oakland City University, the Lady Bears of Tech. And then at 3 o'clock, Eric Thomas will join me for the men's game. And then after that, we just have to wait and see about the weather.
And the weather is not going to be good, so bundle up. It is just going to be brutally cold, and we may get 2 or 3 or maybe 4 inches of snow. So that's par for the course this week.
Well, it is wintertime, and we live in West Virginia, and no matter how long that we lived here, and you and I basically lived here our entire life, you never get used to it, do you?
No.
No, you don't.
But we can handle it.
Well, we're going to do, we have no choice but to handle it, right? We appreciate our entire staff. Once again, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, always making us look better than what we really are, as he is the heavy hitter. He did an excellent job, as I said, producing and directing. Cameron Ball, a great job on camera. For my partner, Bill O'Brien, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Shawnee State defeats the Golden Bears of Tech 69-60. Stay warm, and good night, everybody.